Hello and welcome to another episode of our BDO First Call Debt Solutions podcast. I'm your host, Tara Bellio, and you're listening to the first of our two-part series on kids and money. In this podcast, we're encouraging parents to add financial literacy lessons to your March break plans. For parents who are skeptical about teaching your kids anything while on the break, I can tell you that it is possible and it can be fun. So as parents, we are in a unique position to take a leading role in teaching our kids about financial literacy and giving them a financial education. So think about all the opportunities we have to teach our kids about money or to model good financial habits. It's the everyday tasks like buying groceries, paying a utility bill online, using our debit card, or opening a new savings account that can be valuable money lessons. We asked a few of our licensed insolvency trustees, who are also parents, by the way, to weigh in on the importance of kids and financial literacy. They have quite a few creative tips on how parents can seek a financial education during March break activities and family outings. In this podcast, we have Jason Stopel from our Thunder Bay office, Nancy Snedden from our St. John's office, and Craig Friesick from our Calgary office. To start us off, Jason, why do you think it's important for parents to take a leading role in their kids' financial education?
As parents, we need to be sure that our kids are graduating from high school or university ready to deal with the financial realities of adulthood. We need to arm our children with the knowledge to make solid, strong financial decisions throughout their lives. Parents have the opportunity when their children are younger to be the teachers and the role models. We need to show them what it's like to make sound financial decisions. Children learn by watching their parents. If it's health considerations, or if it's relationship goals and challenges, financial situations that can be taught at home are very similar to all of those other things that we show our kids throughout their lives. Taking an opportunity to share everyday life experiences as teachable moments like buying groceries, the cost of utilities, the cost of running a household, those are all opportunities for us to show our children financial literacy skills and solid budgeting techniques.
In last year's March break spending poll, we found that parents expected to spend an average of almost $600 during March break. 1 in 5 Canadians admitted that paying for March break activities would result in additional debt. For parents who want or need to keep spending in check during March break, how can they model good money habits for their children, Nancy?
So the first step to good money management, of course, is a budget. That's the most important thing, no matter what stage of your life you're in, whether you're saving for retirement and wondering how much you can put away, or of course, as we're talking about March break. Make a budget of actually how much money you have to spend, and then make a budget for your vacation based on that amount of money. And that might mean you need to tell your kids that you're going to do a staycation this year. There's lots of things that you can probably find for free to do in and around your own home province that will cost a lot less than hopping on a plane, for example. Or talk to a travel agent who can give you some advice on what deals are actually out there. Give them your budget so that they know what money that they have to work with, and then sit with your kids and make them part of the process. Let them know what's out there and find out what they might like to do and explain to them the budget that you're working within so that you can teach them about the dollars and cents.
So Jason, as parents, we know that holidays and school breaks can put a real strain on the family finances, especially for those families living paycheck to paycheck. Are there lessons parents can teach their young children over March break that can reinforce the value of money?
First of all, as parents, we should realize that it's never too early to talk with our children about money. Children start receiving gifts and allowances, money for helping out with chores around the home fairly early on in their lives. So if you have children between the ages of 5 and 8, they're certainly learning about the value of money. They've been to the store. They maybe saw mom or dad shopping, buying certain gifts for Christmas or other holidays, so they understand what money is all about. Before we have a holiday like spring break, it's an opportunity to sit down as a family and reinforce good financial lessons. Children can partake in making the spring break budget. They can partake in selecting certain jobs or chores that are going to be done around the house during the holiday, or they can certainly partake in making the budget surrounding the fun activities that you're hopefully going to do over the holiday. Never take a holiday or an observance as something other than an opportunity to sit down with our children and go through the household budget and spending patterns. Oftentimes when we have a March break, our children are talking to their friends. When we have Christmas, the children talk to their friends. They have certain expectations about travel, about gifts, about sharing with others, family dinners. We need to take all of these as opportunities to reinforce good financial lessons about discretionary spending.
One study found that Canada is moving faster towards a cashless society than any other country. So Craig, do you have some tips for parents who want to introduce their preteen or teen to digital spending?
I definitely see this as a way of the future, so parents need to get on board with the digital spending train. First, there's advantages to introducing your teens or preteens to this type of spending early because it'll prepare them for the future. Preparation for the digital financial world is so important. So there's Apple Pay, there's money management apps. We got to educate them about cyber safety. When we instill good spending habits and making them realize that this is real money, not just a digital transaction, it's going to benefit them for years to come. Parents can consider giving their child a prepaid debit card that the parents manage jointly with the child. These cards give children control over their money, but let parents check spending online or on a mobile app. One good example coming up is if you're doing an outing or a vacation during March break, it's a good time to introduce your child to this digital spending. It'll let you be with them while they're doing it. And then you can also challenge them to stretch their dollars, use it in productive ways, and maybe even spending some. I know for my children, what worked really well was giving them their own bank account, giving them the ability to just use a debit card. And that way they got to see that this was real money, that when they spent it, their bank account went down. And I think that is really going to pay off.
Our March break spending poll found that parents of teens expected to spend the most on March break activities. These parents were also most likely to have racked up March break debt in previous years. What advice do you have for parents, Nancy, who want to offer their teens or older teens a few teachable moments during March break about avoiding debt and managing credit?
You know, teens are at that age where they're looking for part-time work. They may already have part-time work. They're getting ready to go away for university or college. They're soon going to have access to their own credit. So what better time than to start teaching them about the cost of that? So set up a budget for your March break. Explain to them the money that you have to work with, why you don't want to incur debt or use your credit to have a better or more expensive vacation, or what they might think is a better or more expensive vacation. Talk to them about the cost of interest. You know, how that vacation will actually end up costing you so much more because of the interest that gets calculated on it if you can't pay it off right away. It's a great time to teach them those things because they will soon have access to credit, and you want to make sure that they're going to be using that credit smartly.
I'd like to thank our LITs, Jason, Craig, and Nancy, for their expert advice, and thank you for listening to this episode of our BDO Debt Solutions podcast. As always, we hope that you're sharing this with your friends and family, and for more podcasts and videos, check out our YouTube channel, BDO Debt Solutions Canada. Also, keep an eye out for the second podcast in our Kids and Money series, where our LITs will be back to offer advice and strategies for financially stressed parents. What can parents do to ease their money concerns, and what money lessons can kids learn from their parents' financial challenges? Until next time, I'm Tara Bellio, reminding you that it is possible to leave debt behind.